Hello, Alex.
Hello. Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening. How are you
How
doing?
are we? Yeah, I'm good. I'm very
I'm
good.
good. Okay, great. Well, now we've got that out of the way.
Yeah,
Awesome.
good.
Happy 10th birthday, Alex.
Yay! Happy 10th birthday to Fable Network News. We did it.
Woo! We did it. We reached double divot. We
Double
reached
divots.
double divots. Yeah. And that's it. We're done.
Yeah, great.
10.
Tapping out.
Good. Yeah. I mean, that feels like a healthy portfolio. Thanks for coming. No, it's all right. We're in for the long haul. We are
Mm.
in for the long haul. We've committed to this. We're going in. We've made our bed. We will lie in it.
It's not as if
Uh,
news is gonna stop, is it? So I'm just gonna crack on. So as long as these
uh,
companies keep being helpful, I guess, to the rest of the theatre industry.
yeah, they better be. Damn it. We need helpful companies. Damn it. But it's good to bring the good news rather than. I mean, I wish some of the news would stop. That would be great.
Yeah, but not these ones because these ones are quite nice.
Yeah, these ones are certainly quite nice. Hell yeah. Awesome. So we're 10 episodes in. We're having a whale of a time. We've got a lovely little network growing. If you're not already part of the network, sign up to the newsletter. Come join us. All these Fable Network news is about kind of sharing opportunities, sharing your news. If you've got news, you can tell us and we'll talk about it and we'll share it and make sure people hear it. And all the things that we talk about on here, they go straight onto our website and they're posted on our newsletter and they go out to everyone. So you get all the opportunities sent straight to your inbox if you are looking for theatre opportunities to get involved with or just stuff to share. If you want to be the kind of big dog in your theatre little sphere and you want to share all the best news you've got, you can be like, oh, I've got a supplier. I've got a Fable news supplier.
Where's this analogy going?
I don't know. I'm basically selling us as like a Fable Network news opportunities fence, basically.
Yeah, we're the people round that corners of alleys in trench coats saying, "Do you want some of this funding?
Got some funding.
Do you want a residency?
Do you want a job? You want a jiggy little commission, eh?
Good.
That's who we are. That's what we do.
Artists, commission that logo. Go.
Oh dear. All right, good. Well, let's get on to the good stuff then, shall we? I'm starting this week, aren't I?
You are starting.
Me.
Yeah.
All right, awesome. So we're going to kick off. Am I on the right page? I certainly hope so. Here we go. Yeah, we are with the Leeds Playhouse. So this is a job we got shared last week by Fable Workshop friend Samuel, who works over at Leeds Playhouse, and he shared with us a resident designer opportunity. We said residency, but I've said residency here. I'm going to change that now because it's less of a residency. It's just a job.
Cool.
It's an outright job, basically. It's great. There you go. Change that. Coming up to your screens now. Boom. Yeah, it's a fantastic opportunity so the Leeds Playhouse have teamed up with Tutti Frutti, who produce work and make work for young audiences, and they're looking for a resident designer to work with them full time for 1 year, starting from April 2021. So you need to be an early stage set and costume designer. You need to be rooted in Yorkshire currently, and you need to have and you could either have been kind of born or raised in Yorkshire, or you've chosen to work in Yorkshire, but you basically need to be connected to Yorkshire and the world that's around there. And you also need to, they describe it as you need to have experienced socioeconomic hardship, or be from a low income background, or identify as working class. So there's another eligibility criteria there for you. But it's an amazing opportunity. I think it's funded partly by a Jerwood scheme that's supporting a load of jobs that are going around in the arts industry. And it's the opportunities to work as a designer with both Leeds Playhouse and Tutti Frutti. So what you would be doing with Leeds Playhouse fundamentally would be kind of lots of shadowing, lots of learning. It would be helping to design on some of the larger sets. It might be helping with the creative engagement. It will be and then assisting on building those sets and that construction. And then with Tutti Frutti, you'll be in charge of actually designing some of their work and some of their productions, which is an amazing opportunity. I was saying to you earlier, Alex. There's so imagine having this opportunity as like a director or a producer to be
Yeah.
working inside a big producing house such as Leeds Playhouse, but also to be working alongside a smaller company, get an understanding of how touring company works and how touring smaller scale companies work. So it's a really, really exciting opportunity for a early career set and costume designer. It's an annual salary of £19,500, and then model making expenses are provided on top. So when you need to make your model boxes, etc., they'll cover those expenses. If you in the link of our website, if you head to the website there, you can find all the job descriptions, and there's a list of questions that you need to answer in order to apply. It's not necessarily, there's not a form, there's just a list of questions that you need to answer. How you answer them is up to you in kind of what format. You can answer in video or audio, or you can write it. However you choose is the best way to present your material. You present it that way and give your answers, and the deadline for that is Monday the 15th of February at 10 a.m. All the full guidance is on their website. That's all here, and it's certainly worth a look at. Do just make sure you complete their diversity and monitoring form as well. But there's a big company pack talking about all the criteria that they're looking for. But essentially, they're looking for someone who's working in whose aspirations for in costume and set design. You can have experience of that. That could have been in training, or that could have been amateur work. It could be professional work. They're up as long as you can kind of showcase the experience that you've had so far. And you can't be in full-time education. It's kind of only other eligibility criteria. But otherwise, they're looking for people who are keen, who are interested, and who want to work in the world of set and design. Nice. So I highly recommend having a look at that one.
There really is like a best of both worlds kind of job there, isn't it? We said we were lamenting that we weren't more involved with design, else it'd be ideal.
Oh yeah, a million. I mean, I wish there was positions for that, like in directing, like when I was kind of early doors out of drama school and all that kind of stuff, going, okay, this would have been an amazing opportunity to really link into a community as well, because you get, they talk about the access to the wider networks as well that they have, that you can then get tied into the relationships of those two companies and all the partners they're linked into. Leeds Playhouse is such a kind of key,
it's huge,
such a key venue in that area, and arts maker. It's such a great company to get all your relationships coming from and to be linked into. That will open a huge amount of doors.
Defo.
Amazing. All right.
Over to you. On. We've got Omnibus Theatre have got a commission call out for a project they've got called Time London Identity, all one word and /. What they're looking for is 4 LGBTQIA plus theatre makers to each lead a 2-hour online session exploring the themes of time, London identity. Practitioners are really free and open to explore these themes in sort of any way they like. And they sort of specify that you're able to sort of pick, you can focus on just one, or you can do 2, or you can try and cover all 3 of them under one banner, one online session of what is sort of creative practice you are a professional in. But these sessions should also be sort of introductory taster sessions of your chosen field, your chosen practice. And they also stipulate that they want a large emphasis on supporting mental well-being and reducing feelings of social isolation as well. So they are looking for people to put on 2-hour-long sessions with their online sessions with people from about 15 to 20 people per session between the ages of 18 to 25, who all will identify as LGBTQIA+. But the group members might not necessarily be from like a theatre background. It's just sort of using your own practice to really engage with them and talk with them about mental well-being, about social isolation, and about identity in London and time. So they are looking for 4 of these practitioners, but within those practitioners, they want really contrasting styles, 4 completely different approaches to how one might address this theme, and different forms and different styles. Each artist will also lead this workshop twice for 2 different groups of people, but the sessions must be as sort of virtually accessible as possible, i.e. They should be able to work on a smartphone just as much as they work on a computer or a laptop. So something really easy that people can just tune into wherever they're from, or wherever they are. There is a fee. You get £400 for 4 hours total delivery over the 2 workshops. And this fee also includes planning and a brief evaluation afterwards. And the dates that are required, so basically each session leader will take up 1 week during the week of March. So you got week 1 is you got a session on Monday the 1st and a session on Sunday the 7th. And then week 2, you got the 8th and the Sunday the 14th, week 3, week 4, so on, of the Monday and the Sunday of that week in March. So to apply, if you feel like you've got a workshop ready that is sort of you could take to a young audience, a young LGBT QIA plus audience, you need to write 250 words maximum on how you would use the session and what you'd hope the young people would get out of it. But if you prefer to record your pitch, then you can also send them a video of no more than 5 minutes. You send that and you send a CV to Felicity at Omnibus. Their website's on the page, the email address, sorry. You got to do that by 10 a.m. on the 12th of February, which is tomorrow?
No, 2 days from now, Friday.
2 days from now. Correct, Friday. So a little bit of time, but not huge. Got to get that in pretty quick. And you also need to do an equal opportunities form as well and send that to a separate email. That's admin@omnibusclapham.org. All the full details are on the website, which you can find through our link dump through all the comments and stuff below. So, but yeah, that is Time London Identity. If you have any sort of workshops or ideas about those themes.
Amazing. Great. Let's roll right ahead. So next we're going to Iris Theatre. I think they've been doing this for a while, but they have a summer festival out this year. They are going for it. They're committing to it. We're going in. Summer's happening. Summer's happening in London. We're going in. We're going to get some work done. We're going to put it on. It's going to be great. We're going to have a lovely time.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Who cares? So Iris Theatre, so they're holding their outdoor summer festival this June. This summer, so it's June to August. It's about a celebration of work of early career artists and their work. And part of that festival, they are looking to commission 5 early career artists or companies. So you can be an individual, you can be a company, and they're looking to give those companies £1,000 to create a piece of work to appear at the event. So the selected companies will receive additional tech support, marketing support, creative support, and you'll get a 1 week's run at the festival, which is a nice long time. I assume it will be somewhere within that June to August program. And the box office as well is 50-50. So you get the £1,000 and then you also get a 50-50 split with the festival as well, which is pretty good going for a new early career artist and a chance for you to present your work. The work should function outdoors. It should have a simple technical setup, tech spec, and a modest set. So think simple, think easy access. It needs to be outdoors. Shouldn't melt in the rain. And the performances will take place in the grounds of St Paul's Church in Covent Garden. So if you don't know it, you can Google Earth it, or maybe go walk around. I can't imagine there's a lot of people there at the moment. They do recommend keeping a few things in mind. They do talk about, bear in mind that it's outdoors. They're big fans of kind of big, expressive work, stuff that's going to kind of draw audiences in, stuff that's going to be really clear. There's a few things that they like, then elements they say to keep in mind. In particular, they talk about verse, music, family, and relevance. So they're not looking for a piece that contains all of that, but it might be like, okay, I'm going to really highlight the music element of this, or I'm going to highlight why this is such an important piece to be outside. So they're kind of 4 key areas to keep in mind when you make the application. The work as well can be at any stage of development. You could be right at the beginning of it. It could just a concept, an idea. It could be that you've already started working on it. They do say that they would prefer to support productions that haven't yet received a full production. But if you do have something, they are open to receiving it anyway. They're not going to outright deny anything that's already had a full production. They are interested in kind of seeing everything that's available. So if you've got anything that you think will work outdoors and you're an early career artist, do check it in. They've made the application as simple as they possibly can, which is great. All you need to do to apply is you need to send them a short video or an email telling them about you or your company, what your idea is, and why this opportunity is good for you at your stage in this career. So 3 questions, and it just needs to be in a really quick short video, and that's it. And then you just need to send it in to submissions@iristheatre.com. So short video, short email. They're really specific about, think of it as like a overview rather than a complex pitch. It should be really quick, concise. This is the point. This is what I want to do. This is why it's going to work for me. You should go with us. If you do have anything else, any other format that you would like to apply in, so maybe you want to apply an audio or anything like that, please just email the company and let them know. But they'll be happy to consider kind of other formats as well, providing that they can kind of get what they need from it. So definitely get in touch if you need another format. But that's it. It's an opportunity to get a bit of seed funding for a new company and present your work with Iris Theatre at their outdoor festival this summer.
That's brilliant. As someone who has a considerable amount of sort of early career festival touring experience, to get like £1,000 seed funding plus a 50-50 split is amazing. That's really, really cool.
Yeah, it's great. And they're really open. I mean, the fact they're going to throw in support as well, and it's not just a one-off as well. They give you a week run.
Yeah, that's huge. That's
really real great opportunity to kind of cash in on that. Yeah,
show off the ground.
And I mean, if it actually happens as well, people will be clamoring to get to that festival and watch a bit of outdoor work in the sun. Holy mackerel! That'd be great. So yeah, definitely worth a look.
Definitely.
All right, awesome.
All right, moving on. I've got to ring the alarm bell, beep, 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 because we've had a submission. Great. We love submissions. And this one actually comes from friends of Fable, Non-Such Studios, based in Nottingham. We have known the creators of Non-Such since we were all at drama school together. So big up Non-Such. They've had a submission because they've got a new program going on called Within, which is going to be a new digital well-being promotion series comprising of talks, workshops, panel and discussions, Q&As and live streams, all hosted by Non-Such Studios. They're trying to make their own TED Talks, and it's great, and it's going to be all about theatre. So what they're doing is they're looking for emerging and established practitioners who have something to share that they feel would have a cathartic benefit, they say, for an audience who wants to try something new from the comfort and safety of their own homes. They're looking to commission 6 individual artists and practitioners to deliver a session themed around their own chosen discipline. So it's not too dissimilar to the Omnibus one that we just covered. It's kind of in a similar vein, except less about theme. It's more about what you can bring to the table. It does still have a focus on well-being and mental health promotion as well, though. And you can choose to showcase this through either live, interactive masterclass or sort of workshop that you can put on, or you can do it through a more sort of structured discussion, presentation, or Q&A. So successful applicants will be supported and paid to deliver the session and to work with a videographer as well to film and archive the session. For future online audiences as well, as part of the Within web series. They can be in any format, the sessions that fit within the breakdown that they've given on their website, but they should aim to cover around about 60 minutes worth of content, inclusive of time allocated for a Q&A if you need a Q&A as well. Applications for this opportunity can be made using the online form they've got on their website, which you can find links to in the link dump. You'll be asked to provide a brief description of your delivery, your proposal, along with a delivery fee and a completed budget breakdown, which can all be found on the Non-Such website as well. You can complete all that and submit all that. Their initial fee is £40 per hour for the one-off delivery, which includes planning and the filming costs. But they do also acknowledge that not everyone's content is sort of made in the same way. It's not really a one-size-fits-all. So they really require you to fill out that budget sheet and send that in just to help get them have a better understanding of sort of the requirements and the costs of your project. And then they can consider any additional sort of costs or fees if it's appropriate to ensure that you're paid fairly and everyone's paid adequately for their time and preparation, which is quite good. So make sure you read the full brief, make sure you read all the guidelines with all the things they want you to fill out and all the different application details. They're going to be running the sessions online on a monthly basis for the next 6 months, beginning March. So it's going to be around for most of the year. The only thing about this particular submission is that it's very short notice. We've got until 10 a.m. tomorrow. So you've got about 16 hours to get this in and get this done. So if you have a workshop already, get it in there. And successful applicants will be informed by Tuesday, the 16th of February. And then just search at the bottom that they included with their submission within is designed to showcase the talents of emerging and established artists who don't currently have a working relationship with non-such studios. So if you're a stranger, just get in touch anyway, because they really want to hear from you and build their network, and they're really good people to get to know. And they also particularly want to welcome applications from artists from underrepresented groups, especially those who are Black, Asian, and ethnically diverse, deaf or disabled, and or LGBTQIA+. So get involved if you have a masterclass that you've been itching to deliver and you want to have your stamp on sort of the online theatre masterclass world.
I mean, it's great to talk about anyway, even if we are a little bit late to the party on this one, because if they're going to be putting them out for the next 6 months, I mean, what a collection of workshops. They're going to be great.
Yeah.
I mean, non-such don't do anything by halves either.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's going to be really great content, really amazing content. Amazing. Do you want to push on because it's double you?
Oh, it's double me. I get a double.
Oh, great. Yeah, baby.
Well, the next one, if it is double me, is Extraordinary Bodies. And this is another Jurward funded one because there are, what's the word, proliferant? I've made that up. That's the word now. So prolific.
That's what you're going for.
Funding support for the arts in general. But Extraordinary Bodies, if you don't know, is UK's leading integrated circus company, which sort of integrates deaf and disabled artists with non-disabled artists to all come together and make extraordinary circus shows. And they are one of 50 companies that are taking part in the Jurward Arts Creative Bursaries Programme, which is aimed at developing opportunities for artists and creative from low socio-economic backgrounds. And so they are opening applications for their Jurward Creative Fellow. And this is really exciting because, again, this is a sort of year-long salaried role as well to really sink your teeth into. There is some criteria. First of all, let's get through that. There is a central criteria, which is you have to have or have to be in the process of making work online or live, but you don't necessarily have to be making money from it yet or right now. They want someone who is following a pathway into the arts, following a different pathway, a unique pathway, with a way of thinking that is unique to you, they specify. So someone who's not gone through sort of the traditional drama school kind of element of it. And they're also looking for someone who is interested in Extraordinary Bodies' way of devising shows in their own work. They also, of course, need to be from a low socioeconomic background. They encourage people to apply who they say stipulates haven't seen many people like you on stage or on screen or on media. If you feel underrepresented, and if you find the way the wording is, if you find the way things are set up is making it hard to get more experience and more training. And we all are big advocates here for just getting more experience and more training opportunities for everyone in the theatre sphere. You also need to be at the start of your working life, so 2 to 5 years out of school, college, or university, and out of full-time education as well. But what they are offering is a £17,520 salary based on a 4-day working week for 12 months starting in March 2021. There is a flexible start date, but it's going to be around March. The place of work will also be flexible due to contemporary government guidelines and restrictions and whether they're allowed to be in one place or whatnot. But Extraordinary Bodies also has offices in Dorset, in Bristol, London, and Brighton. So there's loads of different sort of hubs that you can go to once things start opening up again, and if you need any sort of office space as well. What you will receive with this role is sort of a role in active Extraordinary Bodies projects, in particular their shows What Am I Worth and Delicate Splash. You get time to make new performance material live or online for and with the Extraordinary Bodies Young Artists Group. You get mentoring, you get professional development, access to a freelance support producer, and the chance to collaborate with Extraordinary Bodies artistic team as well as the specific access requirements that you might need to complete the role. But they're also expecting things for you to sort of give back to the company as well, because they want to learn from you as much as they want you to learn from them. And they ask that you sort of challenge Extraordinary Bodies on how they go about finding new artistic collaborators. They want you to amplify testimonies of human worth from people who are often sidelined, create your own response, your own sort of work to that. They want you to collaborate on how unique voices and stories appear digitally in both their show Human, which they're working on as well, and around that. And then they also want you to develop your own work as well, just as much as you should. This could take the form of an online exhibition, a podcast, short film, anything that you can show alongside live shows and online as well. And they also ask that you create a monthly blog, vlog, or podcast to share your journey with Extraordinary Bodies and the communities in their wider audience as well. So it's a really big sort of gig, and there's lots of responsibility on both sides to really collaborate. But it seemed like a really great company to get involved with and get as much sort of experience with as possible for a whole year.
Yeah.
Especially if you don't feel yourself is being very highly represented on stage or on screen or in film. There's lots and lots of information on how to apply, so I'd recommend you go to the website, because I haven't been able to condense all of it down. So do check out the website. But the short of it is, you've got to fill out an application form as well as a monitoring form and an access audit as well. And as part of your application, you'll be asked to share a 5-minute recording, either audio or video, telling them about 2 things you want to see more of and 2 things you want to see less of in the arts. Also, 2 things you want to learn about bringing your creative ideas to life and how to do that. And also any structural barriers you face. For example, they might be to do with social status and oppression of members of the population, in particular economic, class, race, or disability group, if you identify as belong to one of them. But they do specify, please don't feel that you must share any personal or confidential information. There's no pressure on that. Just got to give a sort of an overview of the structural barriers you might face in gaining more experience in the theatrical industry. And the deadline for this one is February the 22nd for a March start. So do see their website for full details, because there's a lot to get through. But it seems like a really good opportunity if it's for you.
Yeah, I mean, I've just realised as well from just seeing this photo, because you were doing the thing. I've seen this company perform live, and it's
have you?
Yeah. They did a performance outside the National Theatre, and it was amazing.
Yeah,
they're so good. They're really clever the way that they kind of create their sets and the way that they kind of play with your expectations of what kind of is possible. I think I remember this performer here in the wheelchair. They had like a kind of lifting, spinning set, and he went up to it and he grabs the pole and he kind of gets lifted right directly out of the chair, and he's kind of manipulated around it, but it just catches you off guard because he just gets picked up and just kind of disappears with it. It's so interesting. It's great. It's really lovely. It just plays all that expectation. They're amazing. It's
great.
Certainly worth being in a room with them to watch them, how they kind of put all their work together as well, and how they play with kind of, the perception of their backgrounds and their circumstances and present that is so interesting, and it's great, and they're wonderful bunch.
Good. That's the Fable stamp of approval for that.
Hell
one.
Yeah, they're great. Awesome. All right, now I've got a double bill.
Yeah.
It's a double bill for a single company, because it's Tramshed, who are thrown out a couple of things. We're also waiting to hear from them. I think they've got another thing coming out imminently, which I'm hoping to hear about very soon. So we'll hopefully be talking about that next week, from what I hear. But this is so they've got a couple of projects specifically aimed at the ages 16 to 25, early career artists, emerging companies / artists. And there's 2 different kind of digital things they're looking for. They're really kind of quick and not not easy, but they're real kind of quick, come in and deliver something awesome and work with us. So they're really throwing the feelers out to kind of try and find companies to work with. Particularly there's, as I say, there's emerging companies or artists. So this first one, this is the generator, and is working with their, it's kind of part of their progression scheme. And they're looking for 8 emerging companies or artists to present a 10-minute work in progress piece of digital work. So something really kind of scratchy, you're just going to try an idea out and throw it into this kind of digital space and see what comes out. The scratch night is on the 19th of March, so it's a Friday, and it can be any type of performance using kind of any type of digital platform. So up to you, whatever you want to throw in. The general stipulation in terms of where that kind of margin lies with the 16 to 25, if you're a company, is if at least 50% of the company are aged between 16 to 25, then you can kind of qualify for it. Yeah, you can't just have a single member who's 16 to 25 and try and get in that way. But if you're an artist who's between 16 to 25, perfect for you. As I said before, they're keen to develop relationships with artists and companies that might be interested in working with them digitally in the future. They're planning a festival called Digitally Charged to take place in 2022. On here, I put 2020, which would be really impressive. But 2022. So they're really interested to see pieces of work that might then go on and become part of that 2022 festival. With that, successful companies get paid £100. They're calling it an honorarium, not a fee. So a gesture of your kind of work that gets put into that. You do receive mentoring and technical and marketing support as well to go alongside the piece to kind of promote the work that you do. There's the only things that you need to commit to date-wise is the show itself on the 19th of March, and you need to do a tech dress rehearsal that will happen somewhere in the week of the 15th of March so they can kind of test the material on the platform and make sure that it can work on their systems as part of that scratch night. The deadline for submissions, again, it's very soon. It's Friday, the 12th of February at 12 noon, and interviews take place on the 16th of February. But it's a very simple form. It's this form right here. There's not really much of the description to all the information is literally at the top of this page here. And then it's answer these points on this application form. Very quick. Send it in. And they'd love to hear from you if you've got an idea for a quick 10-minute work in progress idea and you're a new emerging artist. That's that one. The second one, I'm going to go right ahead because it's another tram shed. It's called the Epic DIY Blockbuster Challenge, which I've seen a friend of mine called Josh Harvey and his wife did a similar thing to this for charity. And the premise is that they're looking again for that same eligibility criteria we talked about before, 1625 early career companies. They're looking for 4 of them. But they are looking for you to what they call create a 15-minute piece, digital performance, inspired by a known narrative performed in a domestic setup. And that product can be performed live, pre-recorded, or a mixture of both. So what they mean by a known narrative might be James Bond, but in your kitchen. It might be Lord of the Rings, but in your greenhouse. Like Excellent. That kind of thing. So that's what they mean by the DIY Blockbuster Challenge. It should be, something that we all know, something that's in the kind of public zeitgeist of stories that everyone goes, oh yeah, of course I know that story, or a version of that story like Bonds or whatever, but told in a completely DIY way. So my friend Josh Harvey did the entirety of Home Alone, but completely in a DIY
Excellent.
way, which is great. And it was really good fun, and they raised loads of money for charity. So they're looking to see some more of those that they're going to put straight onto their social media platforms on the 26th of March is the kind of date that they're aiming to premiere what they make. So it needs to be that what I said, the making a 15-minute digital piece, DIY, using DIY props. It could be puppets, it could be whatever, for this 15-minute piece of material, those selected, they're looking for 4 emerging companies or artists. You'll get £400, and then you'll also again get that mentoring, technical support, and marketing support. There's a few more dates that they want you to meet on this one so that they can just track the progress of the thing that you're making. So you need to provide a script and or storyboard to be completed the week of the 8th of March. Then you need to do an initial sharing with them on the 15th of March. Then the week before, you do another quick sharing with them and a little technical rehearsal, if there's any live elements, I guess, or if there's anything else to kind of check through the website. And then the work will go up on the 26th of March at 9. I put 9 a.m. I'm pretty sure it was 9 p.m. I need to go through and check all of this information. But yeah, make a film, make a digital piece of digital content, doing a film in a DIY way. Sounds like a lot of fun.
Wow.
Deadline is the 26th of February, so a little bit more time on that one, luckily. Again, it's all the information is just on this one page on this form, and you can find it all here. Again, very similar form to the other one before. Just got to pitch your idea, give them some answers, and that's it. If you have any questions about either of those, you can contact Andre at tramshed.org. That's ANDRE at tramshed.org. And the information, again, is on these pages that I'm putting into the comments and on our website, so you can find it all there as well. But great, fun opportunities for artists aged 16 to 25 who are looking to kind of do something really fun with a bit of digital work.
That's great. No half-baked ideas as well. You're getting funded to make a home video there. That's
I know, I love it.
A proper job. What idea would you do?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, my gut immediately is like Star Wars, because I've got a lot of toilet rolls that I need to turn into something. But I don't know. A part of me, do you know what? Part of me would be like, I want to do Space Jam. Try and
Space Jam.
How do you do? Really, I mean, it'd be great, wouldn't it? Because you like do Bugs Bunny and all that with like cardboard cutouts.
Yeah.
Like, not even just like as fake as possible, or do them all through sock puppets.
Yeah, that'd be good.
And then do all the other characters, and then like you could do the most random thing with the Bill Murray character, just completely just shoot over to a Bill like a full like stand up, but like life-size cardboard standing of Bill Murray. Literally says nothing. Bill Murray was
in Space Jam.
Oh, it's the best. It's the best. The whole thing about Bill Murray in Space Jam is they literally paid him to just be there, but they gave him license to say whatever he wanted. He didn't know what was happening. He didn't know what the story was. Didn't have the faintest idea. He came in, he said some words, he left, like he got paid.
That's the one part of that film that I've just unlocked that memory of my childhood. That's the one reason I don't understand Space Jams, because I just think of the Bill Murray scenes like I don't know what's going on. I don't.
It's so great. It's so great. I think he's in 2 scenes, tell you. I think he's got like I think he's on camera for under 3 or 4 minutes maybe.
Excellent.
And it's gold. It's absolutely gold. So yeah, Space Jam. What would you do?
I'd just run a bath and do Jaws. I think it'd be great.
I'm not going to ask what you're going to use for Jaws.
Moving on.
Moving on.
We've got a nice wholesome activity coming up now. Wholesome opportunity. In Between Time, School of Contemporary Theatre Company are running a producer farm residency. They're offering a week-long residency for creative producers who have been working professionally in any field of contemporary performance for 10 to 15 years. This one's for the veterans, which we don't see very often.
That's the other end of the scale.
Yeah, definitely. For 10 to 15 years. I mean, we say that, but I commented to you earlier, like, you and I aren't that far off this bracket, which is really depressing to think about. But
it's exciting. We've been in it for almost 10 years.
And I've achieved nothing. Anyway. So they're calling it the Producer Farm. And the Producer Farm is going to take place at Coombe Farm Studios in Devon from the 20th to the 25th of June. And it looks just lovely. We had one on the other week, didn't we? That was a lovely sort of Peak District retreat or something.
Oh, is it like that again?
It's going to be like that. Essentially, what I've watched this video and I've digested all the information they've put out. If anything, it just sounds like a health retreat. It just sounds like complete sort of a bit of workshopping, but mostly like de-stressing. It's for people who are like right in the thick of it, who have 10 to 15 years of working as a producer, whether you're in London or on the festival circuit or anywhere. sometimes you just need a space, just go to a farm, sit in a room with some other producers and just sort of detox and just throw some ideas about how it can be done better, but without the stress of like having a billion people call you. So this is the sort of residency for that. It officially offers structured learning from inspiring professionals, dedicated time to reflect on and just refresh your ideas and your practice, gives you the ability to network as well and discuss with your peers about and other senior industry professionals, and a beautiful rural environment to do that all in, to dedicated to growing your creativity and just to really revitalize you, which I think is really important for a bit of self-care. Who is it for? They say they have 10 free places for producers. It's all free, all accommodation, all food is provided. But I think they might be able to help with travel if you need a bit of travel expense. Producers should be based in the UK, and they should be working professionally in any field of contemporary performance for 10 to 15 years, have a strong desire to expand their capacity and capabilities as creative producers, and are excited by reaching audiences through the power and quality of new work, and are open to new ideas and sharing them with their peers. So if this sounds like the getaway that you need if you've had a good old decade of slogging it out on the streets, then you can apply to this by midday on Monday, the 15th of March. Head to the website for In Between Times website for the full details and guidance documents as well. That one just sounds lovely.
Sounds great. That sounds like a lovely little retreat. 3 more years, it'll be on that. It's gonna be great.
Yeah. Can't wait.
All right then. So next one. So this is a bit of an oddball one. In terms of, it's not an oddball. It's a great opportunity. It's not typically kind of specifically theatre necessarily, but it is for the kind of creative industries. And I just came across this one. I follow this Instagram. I follow this kind of Instagram company called I Like Networking, who do lots of kind of various business opportunities and this kind of stuff. And they've teamed up with D&AD, who are a kind of design company, but also do lots of kind of business work and to shaping and growing and developing business opportunities and developing your business. So they've teamed up with them. And they're giving away 2 bursary places on a business startup course. So it's an entrepreneurial boot camp for anyone with a creative idea who wants to turn it into a business reality. So I've spoken to loads of people who work in the theatre sphere that are like, I've got an idea, I want to turn it into something, I don't know where to start, don't have a clue. This sounds like a really great opportunity. It's 4 weeks. It's 4 sessions across 4 weeks. I think they're Wednesdays for 4 weeks across March. They're 6 till 8 in the evening. So real opportunity to just go spend some time with some experts and some peers who are also kind of got some great ideas that want to turn it into something and make it into something profitable and turn it into a business. The cost of the course is usually £400 to be part of it, so which is like £100 a session. So there's 2 bursary places to get it all for free. There's 4 sessions. The first one is kind of talking about business models, foundations, getting those kind of structures, what you need to do to get the resources to set up to kind of get rolling. The next one is about giving you tips of how to be productive, how to structure your day, how you need to structure what you're doing so that you can keep rolling. So once you've got the idea and you know what the foundation is, how do you actually get moving on it? Making it. What are the resources that you need to kind of actually have in place? So you've got the strategy, you know how to go about kind of starting to do it. What are the resources that you need to bring in to bring that business to life? And then last of all, the final module is about funding it. What are the funding opportunities that you can look for? All the different multitudes of ways that you can find to make money, to start the business and allow it to start generating this income. And how do you do that? Part of that is also about how do I pitch it? So if I'm looking for an investor or I'm looking for someone to buy into the idea, how do I sell my business idea to someone else, which sounds great. So as well with that, once you do the course, you get access to loads more content that they kind of keep producing for people within their networks. You get 11 months of access to the business materials that they keep generating, and they'll also make a peer group as well. So all those people that you work with in that group, you'll be thrown into a group chat, as it were, and you'll be able to communicate and share best practice as you're beginning to grow your companies with each other. All you need to do to be eligible is have a great idea or have an idea and be over 18 and commit to all the dates of the project. That's it, nothing else. The deadline for that is the 19th of February 2021, obviously. And there's a link in their bio of where to fill out. So it's literally just an application form online. You just need to fill out that. On our website, there's a link to this Instagram post because they don't have it kind of necessarily on their website. So it's kind of all categorized here, but then the form is also included there as well. So you can head to our website and you'll get access to both, so you can see both things as well. But I thought that was a really lovely little kind of opportunity to do something a little bit different. I'm starting my own business, another new business, as well as running this business at the same time. And I mean, this kind of stuff is great. Like, this would be gold dust in terms of going like, okay, well, how do I actually go about doing this? This is all stuff I'm figuring out as I go along. And this is it all just laid out, which is great.
That is great. That's really useful for the busy bees.
Oh yeah. On to the last one.
Last one. This one's great. This is my favorite. This is the Theatre 5035 Writers Residency. And the 5035 are a group of 5 writers that Theatre 503 have set up. You still with me? Are you good?
Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, I'm following.
So, great name. Can't fault them for that. But yeah, they run it every year, I believe. Or maybe not quite every year, because it's an 18-month residency from Theatre 503. The 5035 it's also supported by the it says, oh no, the Carney Trust. I thought it said Kane Trust. Carney Trust and Orseus Trust, and it's offering writers the opportunity to find their creative home at Theatre 503 and to develop new work and experience being at the heart of new writing theatre. So it's for writers who have developed their craft to a good standard, but are not yet professionally produced. And the way that they define professionally produced is as having a full-length play of more than 65 minutes that has been produced professionally for 4 weeks or more in any theatre. So the residency is going to offer a seed commission of £2,000, a series of masterclass workshops, peer-to-peer support, industry connections, R&D opportunities and processes, dramaturgical support as well, and also the all-important opportunity to have your work staged. And whilst it's open to writers all across the UK, they do sort of stipulate that Theatre 503, they want people to try and get into their sort of office space whenever that will be possible in the future. They are based in South London, and the hope is that participants would be willing and able to regularly be at Theatre 503 throughout their time as part of the 5035 group. With that, they said that a contribution towards expenses might be available for traveling to London if that is necessary for your residency. That can be discussed once offers is made. They also do have a bit of a note about access as well. For the moment, they're going to continue exploring sort of digital engagement and sort of that wider UK access. But once it sort of shifts to getting more in person as this pandemic lifts, they want to make it aware that they do operate from the middle floor of a Victorian building that they don't own. And they're having ongoing conversations with their landlords about how they might make them any more accessible. But currently there is no lift access to the office and theatre. So do just bear that in mind. But it's great if you're an up-and-coming writer, if you haven't had a professionally produced stage production or play. This is great. It gives you all the opportunity you need, plus a C commission. The deadline to apply is midday on Monday, March the 15th. And to do that, what you need to do is download and fill out the application form on their website and submit that through their script submission page under 5035 option when there's a little drop-down box for some type of submission. So just click 5035. You've got to do that. And you've also got to attach a 10-page sample of your work that best sort of reflects your writing, as well as a completed equal opportunities form and a sort of a breakdown of an idea of the play that you've always wanted to write and the idea that you've always had that you want to make a reality, hopefully through this project. So that's really good. I'm definitely going to have a look at that one because that is something that I actually fit the bill of. So yeah, any budding writers out there, give it a go.
Absolutely. Good one. Love a good writing residency. Awesome.
Mm.
Great. That is it for the week. Woo!
Woo!
There it is. So Fable Network News 10, coming up with you with 10 brand new opportunities. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Nicely rounded. It's almost like we planned it that way.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing. Thank you again, Alex.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me as always. And thank you.
No worries. Thank you, audience. Do again, sign up for our newsletter and you'll get all the opportunities. We're just swinging on our chairs now. Oh, yeah. Do sign up to the newsletter. We'll send all the opportunities straight to your inbox. So if you can't catch the episode or you miss the links, they'll get straight to you so you can catch on them every week. But otherwise, thank you, Alex. And I will see everyone next week for Fable Network News 11.
Let's do it. Let's keep it trucking. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.